Do you also yearn for the endless snow?
Hello everybody, it's cold in here, isn't it? We're going to be building the legendary Frost Queen cookie today. I actually met Christina V. She was an absolute sweetheart. I'm gonna give Helia a picture to put up on screen. I gifted her a pillow plush of Frost Queen cookie, and she's like really, really sweet. She was so nice. I actually have all of her outfits. I prefer the yellow gold one. It's one of my favorite ones. I actually got that when I first started out playing. So we're gonna go ahead and talk about how to build her and what teams she's best used in, especially for free to play. Obviously, you can do a tier 2 one, but I prefer to do tier 1 always, so cooldown is your best bet with attack, and I actually have her on the other side of things. I do have a Tainted Frozen Dusty Biscuit, which essentially means that the top skill can't be reset at all. It's always just going to be ice damage at 20%, and I have cooldown, and attack. Not bad skill set. I have her on cooldown because I need her to be fast in specific scenarios when I use her, but you can build her on attack or cooldown. I prefer cooldown. That's just how it is. Both work just as fine. You could do a mixture of cooldown or attack, but also I recommend using the frozen frosted crystal chocolates or whatever, you're using for her, because it just does a lot better and gives her a boost, especially because she has an element of ice. She does have a crystal gem, so we're going to go ahead and discuss what that does. Her skill doesn't really do much. It just does single hit damage and all that. But it's really the crystal gem that really does all that big damage. So let's talk about what it does. The Harbinger of Ice is Horali effect, but the actual skill name, the crystal gem skill, is called Eternal Frost, and it's every 15 seconds. Harbinger of Ice, the team's ice type damage is increased. Freeze is a 35% chance when all allies deal ice-type damage to a frost target. So essentially, if that target is already hit by frost attacks, it'll basically increase 35% chance. Freeze duration of 1 second, and the damage after freeze towards cookies is 115% of Frost Queen's cookies attack. And to other or monsters, it's just 132% of Frost Queen cookies attack. So you do want to have some attack on her. The power of the Crystal Gem changes Frost Queen Cookie skill and makes her immune to attack speed changes. The cookie calls forth a blizzard, dealing damage and causing frost. The final hit of the skill will bring a shard of eternal frost upon enemies, dealing freezing damage and freezing them. Enemies immune to freezing will become chilled, and once they use the immunity, they will become frozen. The blizzard does periodic damage up to 10 hits over 2.3 seconds, which is 38.7% of ice damage per hit. The Shard of Eternal Frost does 405% of the attack. Freezes 2.5 seconds. Chill decreases their defense by 65%, which is really important. You want that decreased defense. And it also decreases their movement speed for 15 seconds as well. And after they're frozen, wears off, the damage is done 232% of the attack and 70% of damage of the targets immune to freezing. And then now Blizzard targets frost. The attack speed decreases by 10%. Freeze damage is increased by 150%, which is capped at 350, so it can stack up to 5 times. And that's for 20 seconds. And right now I have her at plus 10 or higher, which is plus 15. Area damage after freeze is, 354.4% of the attack. At 20, the ice type damage received by enemies increases for 25% for 5 seconds. And Blizzard targets, their debuff resist goes down, which is actually really good. And for 5 seconds, and it stacks twice. And at 30, the Blizzard will ignore up to 40% of damage resist, which is actually kind of massive. And then also there are the Ascension effects, but I'm not going to look at those because she's nowhere near that yet. But yeah, so that's what the setting guide is, and that is Frost Queen Cookie. We're going to go ahead and we're going to go slide over to World Exploration, and I was just recording for, Black Pearl Cookie. But we're going to go ahead and clear this out and filter in ice type cookies. Now there aren't a lot of ice type cookies, so you can mix it in with something else. It doesn't really matter. Personally, let's just do a free-to-play team. Frost Queen Cookie, I definitely love doing Pinecone Cookie. And this is with like a barely increased, if I go over here, like, barely increased. I have them at 1,000,000 because of this, and I was able to, farm their soul cores. And then if we go back to filtering race, I do highly recommend using Yeti Cookie. Everyone can get them for free. It is a special cookie. The healing is great, and they have a shield. This is also an option. It's not the best type of cookie, but Snow Sugar Cookie is an option. And now, let's say you don't have any of these other cookies. I'm gonna go ahead and remove them and filter out and just do epics. And I either highly recommend and move this one to the front. Obviously, Paladin Protection, Financier Cookie's a great shielder. And then if you need another support, you can always do something like Mint Choco Cookie or any other healer that you can get from a guild, like Cream Puff Cookie. But that being said, that's going to be a free-to-play build. Again, most of my builds, I always do the old Pilgrim Scroll. If you don't have that, or have the lesser version, which is the Disciples Magic Scroll, or the Squishy Jelly Watch. Otherwise, you can use the Sleepyhead Jelly's Watch. And then the third one can be whatever you want, but you can also do, there is some, the Frozen Torch will increase your ice damage. So if you want an ice-based Frost team, you can use that. And there you go. That's how you build Frost Queen Cookie. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you like this type of content, don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye! A special thank you to my Patreon subscribers, Nabusht and Helia, as well as a special thank you to my Tier 1 subscribers, Artemis, Catechus, Helia, and Reigning Jewel. Much appreciated. If you want to see your name on the screen here, don't forget to subscribe to the Patreon. The link is down below, or subscribe to my Twitch. Thanks. Have a great day. Bye!